Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is gingerbread Arissimo from Aldi's. It was one of their Christmas coffees. It's very tasty. It's going to be 37 degrees, very cloudy. Chance of a wintry mix today. So not the most pleasant weather day, but it's a pleasant day for staying inside and just doing what it is you want to do in the house, whether that's cleaning or purging or organizing or having a pajama day, reading. There's so many things that you can do to entertain yourself, even if you stay home. You don't always have to go out and woo-hoo it up, although that's fun too. But that can get expensive. So since I'm on a low-spend journey this year, there won't be a whole lot of woo-hooing going on, but that's okay. I'm a homebody type anyway. This is my happy place, and I enjoy being here just with the dogs and my family. So this is one of the mugs one of my lovely viewers sent me, and it is so pretty. It's kind of a summery, beachy theme. Right up my alley. It's such a pretty mug. So I'm using that this morning. The Christmas mugs have been retired, except for this guy. I'm leaving him out, or her, whatever it is. It's a snowman, so it's appropriate for winter. So anyway, today I plan on staying home, and hopefully I can accomplish that. I still need to do some organizing and cleaning. I need to get my bedroom ready to have my mom come and stay for at least a few days or a couple days, whatever she needs, because she's having a surgery on Wednesday. So all the prayer warriors out there, if you could say a little prayer for her that she comes through it unscathed, that would be greatly appreciated. So let's give the coffee a taste. Cheers. Ah, yes, very good. So when I get up in the mornings, this is the first thing I do is make my coffee and start my video for the day. And I really enjoy having morning coffee with you guys. It helps me organize my day when I talk about what I'm going to do, what I'm planning to do. But what I've been doing the last few days, since the beginning of January, is reading my daily New Testament chapter, or whatever you want to call it, and having my coffee. So that sort of sets the tone for hopefully having a peaceful day. And I just want to have, some people like a chaotic life, and they get easily bored if things are too status quo. I'm not one of those people. I enjoy a very simple, quiet life. I don't need a lot of activity going on around me all the time. I was more tolerant of it when I was younger, but the older I get, the less of that I like. So, and since there's so much going on in the world today, I've sort of made my home my sanctuary. Now, that's not saying it's perfect, because it's definitely, it needs work, both inside and outside. So I plug away at it, but I try not to wear myself out with it. During the day, I always take rest periods, whether it's to have a tea in the afternoon or whatever, and then around 3 o'clock, I call it quits with all the activity, because by then I'm kind of shot. So anyway, that's my plan for the day, to stay home, get some more things cleaned up, and maybe start putting my Christmas decorations away. We're getting towards the end of the first week of January, so it's time for that stuff to go. But anyway, I will meet you at the budget book after I enjoy my coffee. All right, here I am back at the budget book. So yesterday I didn't spend any money. I stayed home, I had a pajama day, and it was nice. So today I have some things that I have to get done. But yesterday, when I was at my mom's, there was somebody going around leaving flyers on the doors. And so I just happened to be out there going home when I saw the person put the flyer on the door. So I got the flyer and I looked, and it was a company that removes shrubs and trees and trims bushes and all that. Now here, my association takes care of the front bushes, but there's a lot of things that I planted in the front yard that they don't do anything with by my request. I just don't want them to. But they do a good job cleaning up the flower bed and things like that, so I don't need to worry about those. But my backyard is very, very overgrown. The things that I planted there looked beautiful for a long time, and now it just looks like a hot mess out there. So one of the things that I wanted to do this year was to get all those bushes and things trimmed and taken out. It's just too much back there now. So it was kind of like just something that was hopefully meant to be, that I happened to be there to get that flyer. So I called the company, and it's just two guys. You know, it's like a mom and pop business. It's not a big company. And the guy said he could come out like in a half an hour and take a look at everything that I wanted done. So that worked out great. So they came out, very nice guy with his compadre, and I took him all around the yard and I showed him what needed to be taken out, what needed to be trimmed, what needed to be cut down. I have a couple of trees that are just like half dead. It really looks bad. So, and I want to get it done before spring when the birds start making their nests, because I don't want to destroy any birds' nests. And I have arborvitaes that are lining the side of my house or my deck, but they're half dead. But the birds like to nest in there. So he said he could do it on a day where there isn't any snow on the ground and it's, you know, the snow's melted and it's more temperate. So definitely this time of the year. And he gave me an awesome price because I really, really have a lot that needs to be done. So I was figuring it was going to cost me I was figuring around $1,500 to get everything done that I wanted to have done. So I was very surprised when he gave me the price, the estimate. If I pay cash, it's $900. If I guess if I use credit, it's $1,200. So I plan on paying cash for that because since I paid off my car and that one loan that I had, that alone is $656 a month that I'm not paying out on bills. So that's most of the cost of it already. And I'm sure that I can come up with another $250. In fact, I have money from Christmas that was gifted to me. So I'm going to go ahead, and I told him to let me know as soon as he can do it. And so that'll be another thing off my plate that I plan on paying cash for. So I'm very grateful. The timing has just been, if it works out and he actually shows up, the timing on this has been perfect. So anyway, that's going to be an upcoming expense. Something like that does not go on my spend, no spend calendar. This is just for discretionary spending. So home repairs, any medications, anything that I have to have or have to do like that does not go on here. This is like for food, groceries, food, clothing, anything I buy for the house that's decor, all that goes on here, but not home repairs and not essentials like medication. That's a totally different spending thing that I feel you have to do. So anyway, that's my plan. I'm super excited about getting the yard cleaned up before spring, before the birds come, because they usually start building their nests in March, which is pretty cold yet. But I'm excited to get that done. So anyway, upward and onward. I still want to make this a low spend January, and as far as other things go, I started a Walmart order in my cart, but I don't have to have what's in there yet. So I'm going to wait a little bit, maybe next week or so, and then put in a Walmart order, hopefully low cost. And that's my plan. I already did my shopping for my produce, so I should be good to go. So, all right, I will be back. 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Candy Paul. Day number 61. Count each moment as holy. Take care of the minutes, for the hours will take care of themselves. Lord Chesterfield. The river of time flows swiftly by. The circle of seasons goes round, each with its own special flavor. Good times with friends and family soon become sweet memories. Looking back at what has been, you realize that the fleeting moments are precious. Counting each moment as holy brings focus and clarity to what's most important to you right now. Live as if each moment is a gift from God. When you pay attention to what's happening in the here and now, you create an oasis of eternity with your appreciation. You can't stop time, but you can expand it by fully appreciating the present. The next time you enjoy a meal with family or friends, look around the table at each loved one and savor the moment as well as the food. So I was redoing my living room, which I still haven't completed. I've rearranged all the furniture the way I like it, but I still have to put my Christmas things away before I show you what I did. But I've had this candle holder thing in the basement for years, probably 20 years since I moved here. So I ended up putting this up here in the living room, and I'm loving it because this candle has been in here for 20 years too, and it's almost like a mini fireplace. So I'm really enjoying that. So taking things from one area of your house to another. I wasn't using this in the basement. I just had it kind of set up down there as decor. But now I can use it all winter long. And this candle will probably last that long too. And I'm very happy with it. So sometimes just taking things from one part of your house and moving it to the other part of your house works out really, really well. Alright, I'm going to make some dinner either for today or tomorrow. My kids are meeting at a local restaurant here and wanted me to come and meet them at 5 o'clock. I don't know if I'm going to go yet. But anyway, I still want to get this made because I have things in the refrigerator that need to be used up. So in here I have a can of tomato sauce, the bigger cans, and I have some pico de gallo that I made with fresh tomatoes and a few other things that I had. So, and that was going to be going bad, so I wanted to cook it, so I stuck it in here. And then here are some of the other spices I'm going to put in with that. I have some garlic powder, some onion powder, some Italian seasoning, some oregano, basil, parsley, and some complete seasoning. So that's all going to be to taste. And then I want to make a, I bought some penne pasta when I went to Aldi's. And I want to make a rigatoni because I had bought some cottage cheese to make that, and I need to use that up. And I still have some sour cream that I can add. I have cheeses that I can add. So I want to make a type of rigatoni. All right, I'll be back later. Get this cooking. All right, I brought this Impossible Burger over from my mom's freezer, and it was $3.77 when I bought it. It's been in that freezer quite a while, and now it's usually about, it's either 5 something or 6 something, depending on where you buy it. So what I'm going to do, this one's going back in the fridge for another meal, but I'm going to make this into like chopped up ground beef-like. My pasta sauce is bubbling away, and then after I fry this up, I'll add it to the pasta sauce. And then I want to finish using up this minced garlic that I got from Costco like 100 years ago. So this lasted forever. So next time I go to Costco, I'll probably buy some more instead of getting fresh garlic, which is kind of a pain to peel and all that. I'll just use this and have it handy. And then what I think I'll do, I'll buy this big container, and then I'll probably freeze some of it and put it in like an ice cube tray so that it stays fresher. So anyway, I'm going to get cooking on this not meat. Right, I added a couple tablespoons of TVP, textured vegetable protein, to my sauce, and also a couple tablespoons of nutritional yeast to make it taste a little cheesier, because I'd like it like a thick meat sauce, and it's looking pretty darn good. So I'm going to let this cook for a few more minutes. And then I'm going to put my pasta dish together. I gotta cook the rigatoni, but this is tasting really good. All right, so cook with what you have, use it up. And you don't always have to eat plant-based, but plant-based will save you a lot of money. Plus, it's things that you can store long-term. Right, some more things I want to use up. I've had this burrata in the refrigerator for quite a while. I want to use that up. So I have 3 of these in the bowl. I have some cottage cheese that I need to use up. I have some sour cream. I have mozzarella cheese, and I have Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to mix all that up, add onion powder, garlic powder, some probably complete seasoning, and that will be my cheese portion of the rigatoni that I'm going to make. So just trying to use up what I have and not waste anything. Okay, here I have an 8x8 pan that I sprayed with cooking spray, and I put some of the sauce on the bottom. I cooked the pasta to al dente because it's going to go in the oven and bake some more. So I'm going to put some of this pasta now over the tomato sauce. And then I'm going to put some more sauce over the top, along with a layer of cheese. So this is how the cheese turned out, and it's really good. So first I'm going to add some sauce. And then when you serve this, you can always, if it's too dry, you can always open another jar of pasta sauce if you like. But you don't want to cook your noodles too long because they'll get mushy. You don't want that. All right. Now I'm going to add a layer of the cheese. And this cheese is really good. It's very creamy and delicious. You can use this same thing for making lasagna too. So I never really knew, burrata is a new thing to me. I really didn't know what to do with it, and then I thought, well, let's try it in this dish. And I think it's going to be delicious. So I'm really on a mission to use everything up. Whether that's clothing or food, cleaning products. I'm really going to make an effort to do that. All right. A little bit more sauce, not too much, because I want to make another layer of this. So I want to make sure that I have enough sauce and cheese. And this is going to be really good. You know, sometimes you can just tell when you've got a winner going. All right, I'm going to add more pasta. And I cooked the whole pound of pasta because I figured I can always eat the rigatoni with some meat sauce and a salad, whatever. So I'm going to put that on there. Now I don't want to make so much that I have to eat this for a week. So I think this is going to be like 4 portions. So I'm going to finish putting the pasta on here. And there should be just enough sauce and cheese. Add a little more sauce. Now I didn't want to open a whole big jar of spaghetti sauce, because I already had the pico de gallo that I wanted to use up. So I just wanted to make this dish out of things I already had. All right, I saved a little bit for on top and put on some more cheese. I want to use up the rest of this cheese. And then top it with the rest of the sauce. And I think a dish like this is company worthy. This would be great with some wine, whatever you like, dry or sweet. I'm a sweet wine gal. Don't like dry wine at all. So this looks like I had just enough cheese Yummy! Make sure all the pasta is submerged in sauce and cheese. So if you don't feel like making lasagna, you can always make it into ziti, or you can use all kinds of different pastas. Doesn't always have to be lasagna. All right, then I'm going to finish up the sauce, and this looks like it was just right. Like I said, if it does turn out a little bit dry, you can always add some more sauce along the way. And this started out with Mexican pico de gallo that I made into an Italian dish. Just add some different spices and there you go. Now I'm going to cover this with foil and bake it at 350, probably for about a half an hour, and it'll be all ready for dinner. I think that looks good. I'm going to taste it. That's going to make a great dinner. Have a little salad with it, and there we go. There it is. Okay, I'll be back later. So, all right, dinner is ready for this evening. Time for some tea. Cheers. This is some kind of chai spice. I don't know, I can't remember what brand it is. And I put a little bit of cinnamon syrup in here, so it's really good. So usually in the afternoon I have some tea. Early evening I have some herbal tea. So I like to have the teas with the caffeine in it in the afternoon. Maybe it'll give me a second boost. That would be great. But anyway, I used up quite a few things in my refrigerator. Didn't use them all the way up, so I can still make some other things with it. I'm not a big fan of cottage cheese on its own, but I do like it in pasta dishes. I like it better than, you know, the other cheese, ricotta. I find ricotta to be a little bit on the dry side, and the cottage cheese is creamier, in my opinion. So we'll see how my casserole turns out. It's not done yet. Waiting for it to finish cooking. All right, it's done. Let's take a look. Ooh, that looks tasty. It's not dinner time yet, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste. Oh, cheesy. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That looks great. It's so cheesy. Wow. All right. Get a little bit more. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy here. But anyway, this was a very, very simple dish to make. Like I said, I think it's company worthy. All right, I showed my grandson and he's like, oh, that looks good. So let's give it a taste. It's probably really screaming hot. So 350 for 30 minutes, but it was still warm when I put it in the oven. Delicious. really good, especially for things that I had on hand. So don't be afraid to make things out of what you have and see what you come up with. So I still have some things to do today that I want to get done. My bedroom's a mess, and I have to get that cleaned up before Wednesday. Because if my mom stays here, I don't want her to stay in a room that's a mess. So I still have to do that. But I'm pacing myself, trying not to get stressed out. It's stressful enough to have her having to have surgery on Wednesday. At 94, it's always risky. But what are you going to do? So I'm trying not to let other things stress me out on top of that. So, always something. Anyway, I still plan on going and using up everything I have, everything that I can, and trying not to spend a whole lot of money. Now that doesn't mean I'm not going to spend any money, because like today I'm considering going and meeting my family at 5 o'clock. I'll see. You know, sometimes moments you can be so focused on being frugal that moments that you can connect with people pass you by, and you don't want that to happen either. Now if I go there, I'm not going to order a big meal. In fact, I may eat a little something before I go, and then maybe just have a side salad or a dessert with a coffee. So it doesn't have to be expensive unless you want it to be. And if you want it to be, well, that's okay too. But right now, I'm on a low spend journey, and I don't want to spend, you know, a drink is sometimes anywhere from $8 to $12 for one drink, which is absolutely ridiculous. You can almost buy a whole bottle of wine for that, or you can buy, you know, it would pay for at least half a bottle of liquor, or you can have a whole lot more drinks. Sometimes when I was married to Tom, what we would do is have a drink before we went out, and then maybe have a drink or so while we were out. Now, he always liked to drink at a bar, so that's not my thing, but, you know, if I went with him, I'd have a drink too. So anyway, that's one thing you can do. You can have, you know, a cocktail at home, and then just have your meal and maybe an after-dinner drink. You could have an Irish coffee or a coffee and Baileys for dessert. You know, there's ways of getting around having a $100, $150 restaurant bill. You just have to be mindful. After all, to me, it's more about getting together than the meal itself, because honestly, some of the restaurant meals, they're really good, and I usually get 2 meals out of one, so that cuts the cost, because I'm not a real huge eater anymore, and that way I figure, you know, I can have a meal for the next day. If it's not a whole lot left, then I can have a salad with it, maybe some garlic bread or garlic toast, whatever. So there are ways to stretch your restaurant meals. And if you like to go out to eat, find yourself a restaurant that isn't super expensive, where you like the food, you like the atmosphere, and go there. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share. Thanks for watching.